Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to cloud test lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
Now you are supposed to add this error message also. This one, errors dot required, 0 is required. This one also you are supposed to specify within your properties file. Ultimately, this is the one will get resolved by your struts validation. Once you have configured everything, make sure that validation was set to true only. Come back to our JSP page. Login with username. Let us execute our login with username and verify everything has configured properly or not. Here you can see that org.apache.struts validator plugin, loading validation rule file, webinf/validation.xml, webinf/validator rules.xml. If you hadn't specified these two files properly, then it will throw some exception at this level itself, and your validation won't work properly at all. Now, enter the details properly first. Let us see how our validation framework handles this. You have entered the data, so no issues with that, and it has executed the code properly, and it has displayed the information. Let us remove Steve and enter only password. You can see that it has displayed username is required. Let us enter username. You can see that password is required. See, for the password, we have written in a different manner. Whenever the password was not available, it will first call the required option. So the required option, it will go and execute this validate required method. And once after that, it will come back to this level, and it will see that here you have mentioned that the resource is from the property file. Then it will go and look into error.pwd, the message resources.properties file. It will look into error.pwd as password. Once after that, it will reach this place, errors.required. Again, errors.required is 0 is required, and 0 was replaced by password, and it has displayed as password is required. If you haven't entered both, username is required and password is required. Let us add one more stuff to our validation.xml file. Let us add minimum length. The minimum length, there is an issue with with the plugin provided syntax, it was having only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parameters, but minimum length and maximum length, they are supposed to have 6 parameters. Let me get the 6th parameter. If you go to field checks and verify the syntax of that method, then you'll be able to understand that this minimum length or maximum length is accepting 6 parameters but not 5 parameters. See, validate max length, it accepted object, validator, and after that field. Once after that action message, and once after that it has accepted validator. When I have executed, I got some error, so I have verified at this level, and it was an issue with the syntax. Validator and then HTTP servlet request. But our plugin provided stuff, it hasn't provided this parameter and it has failed. So when I have configured like this, it has worked properly. Now, with minimum length, it will perform the validation, and for minimum length, normally the message would be the password has entered the characters 3 or 4. Let us say the password has entered 3 or 4 characters, but the minimum length is 6 characters. So you need to inform to the client that the password should be of 6 characters. So that means you should have another parameter. Argument 0 was specified for error.pwd. Argument 1 you can specify for minimum length, and the key, if you want to pass the data dynamically, you can use another parameter which is variable element. Variable element accepts 2 more elements, variable name, variable value. Name should be minimum length. See, you can use any name, but while referring, you should refer to the same name. Here you need to pass the key as a dynamic parameter by using EL syntax. Variable colon minimum length. If you haven't specified properly, then directly this particular string will get displayed to the front end. And you need to specify that this is not a resource and this was available at this level only. So the syntax, how it will be resolved, it will first see that the key value is an EL level and it is not from the resource level. And once after that, we have mentioned that variable colon, it will resolve to this variable, and the name of the variable here, this will resolve to variable name, and finally this will get the value and come back to our validation rule. So for minimum length or maximum length, it is calling errors.minimum length. You can pass directly 6 value At this level itself, no need. But just for our purpose, they have provided one more convenient way instead of providing directly at this level. There are no issues if you pass the data directly as 6 at this level. So for minimum length, the error message is errors dot minimum length 0 cannot be less than 1 character. So here 0 and 1 are dynamic replacements for argument 0 and argument 1. Argument 0 will be replaced by password. Argument 1 will be replaced by 6. Come back to message resource dot properties. Write this one here. Come back to our JSP page now. org.apache.log4j.logger. Not serializable exception. Let me restart. I have made it as a static object. Anyway, even static objects, they are not going to serialize because object serialization will involve only object level parameters. Let me take a look at where exactly it has occurred. Catalina startup place. No appenders could be found. Write object. Okay, anyway, that is not going to affect our normal logging. It is working properly. I'll fix that one later. So currently Steve, ST. So here I am entering only 2 characters. Currently we have mentioned that our requirement is 6 characters. You can see that password cannot be less than 6 characters. I just need to adjust the CSS. So the password, it got replaced dynamically by 0. 0 got replaced dynamically by password, and also 6 value. The dynamic value 1, it got replaced by 6 from our variable declaration. See here it hasn't displayed, let us say Steve. See here it has displayed username, let us say only enter username. It has displayed only password is required. It hasn't executed the second validation. Whenever one validation has failed, currently the required validation has failed, it won't execute the second validation and it will directly return from the same place itself. Because you have failed for the first requirement itself, first validation itself. See, the flow will be somewhat confusing, but you guys are supposed to practice, then only you guys are able to familiar with validation rules.xml and validator.xml file. Yep.
When you didn't enter both username and password, how come it passed both of them? How do you relate the rules?
Sorry?
See, when you didn't enter the username and password, it gave both.
Okay.
But you entered username, but when you said password you didn't enter, it stopped at the password. But when you entered only 3 characters, it continued the password. So does it relate that password validation somewhere?
No, it will verify. See, it will perform both the validations within the same validation level. Come back to our validation.xml file. See, within the same, for each and every field, it will be going to apply all the rules. And if you have more than one rule, if it has failed for the first rule itself, and it will return from the same place, and it will add the messages from this level and from this level.
Okay, if you put the min length first and required later, what does it do? Can you say alt tab? Yeah.
See, that's not the correct way, right?
No, I'm just checking. Like if you have 3 rules, always rule 1, 2, 3 is a.
Oh yeah, that's what it will follow. Yeah, that's what it will follow.
Okay, that's my question. Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, normally we need to verify required first, and then only we'll go for min length. The next one is Tiles plugin. Tiles plugin is at the most it was related only to the front end. It was not at all related to the server side. It is only used for GUI representation or layout purpose. See, currently how we have designed our page, we have designed like at the top, it will consist of some header information, and at the bottom, it will consist of some footer information. So here we have included, by using JSP include tag, we have included header.jsp file. By including footer.jsp, we got all right reserved method, and here our normal body code was available. Until now, this is how we are displaying our pages. Come back to our login with username. Let us execute one more time. I have entered 6 characters there. See, you guys supposed to verify the remaining validations like maximum length, range, and also the mask kind of stuff, how to use that one, and how to write the regular expressions. Let me execute one more time. In my login with username, it doesn't contain the JSP include tag. Go to our login page. So for our login page, we have the header information like H2K Infosys, and also the footer information. Again, validation issue. Okay, anyway. See, once you have configured the validation, so it will be going to call for all the pages. So you should make sure that it was supposed to pass the data properly or not. whether it has passed the data properly or not. Last time we have seen, like when we have submitted the page with 100 and Steve, we are able to fetch the information and we are able to display at the body level, and we didn't change the header part and we didn't change the footer part as well. So whenever you are designing the page, you will design in such a way that header and footer, it won't change, and only the body part will be going to change each and every time. Even if we check our H2K Infosys site also, our H2K Infosys site, it consists of a top level header and a menu part and the body part, and at the bottom it consists of the all rights reserved method. So with all the pages traversing, when you click on courses or when you click on about us or any kind of menu button, the header, menu, footer part, it won't change, only the body part will get changed. So that's the reason we have written separate JSP files and we have included the JSP files by using JSP include tag instead of writing the code for these 3 blocks each and every time. Let us assume that you had it written in this way. Let us say after some days, after 2-3 months, your client came back and he has mentioned that, hey, I want the same format, header, body and footer for 35 pages, and for the rest of 65 pages, let us assume that we have 100 pages. We want another header and footer, this one header and footer, this one new header and new footer. So that means for 35 pages, you are going to use the same template, whatever that you have designed, but for 65 pages, you are supposed to go to all the 65 pages and you need to change the content. You can design a new header and footer page, no issues. You can design some other new header and footer, but ultimately you need to go to each and every page that was supposed to be changed, and you need to change the name of the JSP which got included as header.jsp to new header.jsp file. That is the issue when you are using the normal JSP include tag. Sorry. So for that purpose only, our Struts framework contains one more plugin, which is Tiles plugin. The Tiles plugin will provide a solution for this case. Tile is nothing but a region. A region within your JSP page. So currently, you have specified that there are 3 parts available. So let us make one more part. At the top, in our H2K side, we have menu part as well. So now you need to design header, menu, and then body part. Finally, the footer part. So tile, it will be going to divide each and every page in terms of a region. So it will say that the header is one region, menu is another region, body is one more region, and footer is one more region. By using Tiles framework, ultimately it consists of a Tiles plugin which you are supposed to configure within your strutsconfig.xml file. And you are going to write a separate XML file, that is tiles definitions.xml file. And Until now, how we are designing the JSP page? The JSP page consists of include tag for your header, and then your body content, and after that one footer include. By using tiles definition, you are going to design a layout first. Your layout, this is your layout. You are not going to include all the content within a single, with all the JSP pages, within all the JSP pages. You are going to design a layout. You are going to specify that this is my layout. So any page, it will be in the form of header, menu, body, and footer page. You are going to write some configuration within XML file, and the body will get all these pages will be inserted dynamically by tiles framework. So that means you are going to specify, hey, this is my header page, this is my menu page, this is my body page, finally this is my footer page. Tiles will combine all this stuff by using a layout, and it will directly provide that as a single page to the user. If you want to design a separate header page for the rest of the for remaining pages, you can simply inform to the tiles framework that for these 65 pages, I want to use some other header. Tiles will directly go and get the new header, and it will place at this level, and it's not required for you to change any kind of code within your actual JSP page. So all the layout, all the regions will be inserted dynamically onto your layout, and you are not going to design a static page from the scratch. To work on Tiles plugin, you are supposed to download jar files. The jar files are available at this location. I'll send this document. This document consists of all the steps that you are supposed to configure for Tiles plugin and validation plugin. So you just need to download the zip file, and the zip file consists of all the jar files. Once you have downloaded, extract that one. So here you can see that a lot of jar files. You just need only 4 jar files for basic work: API, core, JSP, and servlet. You don't need any other stuff. That was also specified in the document. You just need to load these 2 jar files to your build path. So that is the first step. Go and load the jar files. Tiles API, Tiles core, servlet, and JSP. Drag this one and put it onto your lib folder. The next step is you need to configure tiles definitions.xml file and make an entry for plugin as a property. See, tiles also another plugin. That means you are supposed to configure the plugin within your struts.config.xml file, and you need to provide the definition for tiles definitions.xml file. To create a tiles definition.xml file, right click on WebINF, new. Here you can see that tiles file. Create tiles definitions.
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website H2KInfosys.com. On our website H2KInfosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020-337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.